Hey, good morning. I have a closing in Hillsborough at 7 a.m. and the buyer is demanding my presence. So I'm over there. Before we talk about this here, let's do the usual. Rates continue to improve. They might improve dramatically in the next few weeks here. These rates here have no discount fee attached to them, no buy down. 30-year fixed conventional, middle sixes, 6.5 with real good credit, 20% down. The FHA is down quite a bit with no discount. VA and USDA closer to six-ish, give or take. Your mileage may vary depending on credit score and down payment, stuff like that. Uh, a little bit of discount fee, say 1 to 1.5% of the loan amount added to closing costs will get the FHA almost at the fours, but not quite. The 30-year fix, we can get to about 5.875 with some buy down, and that might be improving. Let's go to this guy here and take a look. Now, just worry about this little circle looking things here. What's happening is average overtime hours for employees in the United States are going down. Companies are saying, we don't want you to work in overtime. We don't want to pay overtime. At the same time, this little uptick here in the bottom right in the red, unemployment is going up. The Fed did a survey that they do every few months, and it's one of the highest scores ever for people who think they're going to lose their job in the next 3 to 4 months. So I think we're going to have some kind of unemployment based event kind of force the Fed's hand into reducing rates more and more frequently than they had planned. So what we have going on in the news here, we have layoffs. You're seeing headlines about layoffs. GM 1,000, uh, Intel, companies like that. Also, point two, the July jobs report was revised down quietly by 1 million jobs. It's kind of funny how what happens with that is they have these great headline worthy numbers, right? And then they quietly revise them down. So there was actually, would have been kind of disastrous for the market if the number would have come in at the level that it now sits, but they just kept it kind of nice and quiet. The bond market, point three, bond futures are kind of betting on a larger September rate cut by the Fed, maybe as much as 0.75%. I'm not guaranteeing anything, but it looks like we're on the precipice of some kind of an employment based event that's going to take the lead above them wanting to control inflation. Friday, Fed Chair Jerome Powell and his crew will be at Jackson Hole, Wyoming, as they are every year, sitting around the campfire telling ghost stories. Hopefully, he doesn't scare the market and just says basically that they do plan on cutting rates at whatever pace he talks about. His language tends to sometimes it causes problems, sometimes it doesn't. But speaking of some problems, this bottom one here, we're in the season where we have presidential promises happening. And that is any party, they all do it. The most recent one is you're going to get $25,000 to help you buy a house. But what that's doing is that's maybe causing first time homebuyers to think, hey, let's wait. And what we need to teach them is that if this happens, it's not going to happen on November 6th, the day after the election. It's not going to happen January 21st, the day after the inauguration. There's going to be a fight because that platform has to be approved by Congress. So it could be happening in what, June of next year at the beginning of the summer season with rates maybe in the low fives where you can buy them into the fours. And if they think $25,000 is going to mean anything at that point, that is when it's going to be unleashed with people selling their houses, putting 200 down. They're going to get kicked out of the market summarily. So I'm preaching the power of now today. And I want to talk about the cost of waiting. When you do decide to wait, what are you doing? Number one, you're missing out on that equity increase as rates drop. If you don't own right now and you wait to own, prices are going to go up. You're going to miss that rocket ship taking your home value $50,000, $75,000 higher. You're going to miss a wealth building opportunity. Number two, you're paying rent until that time instead of principal. A good metaphor for that is when you make a house payment, you pay mortgage interest, which is a tax write off, you pay principal down. Paying principal down creates equity. That's like taking money out of your left pocket, putting it in your right. Okay. Number three, you're going to have a higher price point when you do buy, which means number four, you're going to make a larger down payment, and you could be caught in bidding wars where 25,000 ain't going to mean a hill of beans. Now, the bottom line here, I can work up cost of waiting scenarios based upon your client's desire for either a monthly payment or a current price point, and then where they think they want the rates to be before they purchase. I will work up what we can project as a house price at that time, because the appreciation of home prices always outpaces the reduction in rates, and you're missing out on a generational wealth building opportunity. A $500,000 house, if you wait a year until rates go down to five, you're going to pay so much more for that you're going to miss out on what is probably $75 to $100,000 between the increase in value and how much you're going to have to pay for the thing. So the window is now for these people to get off the fence and start buying. What do we have here? I just want to remind you that I'm in sales, just like you're in sales. And so I just want to ask you a couple of questions just to think about, okay? What if, number one, you had zero buyer based sale fails ever again? What if you never had a buyer related sale fail? What if it was always you knew everything going in? They were completely underwritten. There were no slip ups. That secret wasn't found out after the appraisal came in. Number two, what if all of your deals went from contract signing day to closing at an average of 21 days? I did one in 7 days last month, and this chick had $8,000 in a shoebox that we found a way to use. Could you close more business if you were closing deals in 3 weeks instead of four and there was no fallout? Would you enjoy your work and life more? I know I would. I like sleeping. uh, what's keeping you from that? And I think all I'm asking is that maybe my card ends up somewhere in the stack with the other ones that you're handing out, that you're recommending. Closing one with Joe this week. We could have closed a week early, but we're just going to close on time and comfortably with no stress. That's why I'm here to help you and hopefully to do a good job for you. And that's what I have for you. I look forward to seeing you again next time. Sorry I couldn't be there. Thank you.